Hey everybody, today we are going to be looking at an old Tascam 4-track recording unit. It's in the cassette format and it's a Portastudio 424 Mark II. Before we first started using our 4-track in 1984, we used 4-track reel-to-reel units such as the Akai or TIAC. The last time I used this unit was about 15 years ago at a band practice, and I just placed 4 mics strategically around the room. It's very portable and easy to use for additional audio, such as 2 lines coming off the board and 2 live mics, or 4 live mics in the room. We probably recorded 100 songs using the track-by-track method back in the 80s. It was a challenge to work with only 4 tracks, but we usually pulled it off by putting the lead guitar and the lead vocals on the same track, 2 rhythm guitars playing at the same time, 3 mics on the drums mixed down to 1 track, and the bass and something else on the last track. There is also another method called bouncing, where you can mix down the first 3 tracks onto channel 4, so then you will now have 3 more open tracks. But unfortunately the small tape size didn't leave a lot of room for quality, so I generally kept it down to 4 tracks. Once we follow our signal flow from a low impedance mic or line input, next up we have our trim control, which of course controls our gain, 1, 2, 2, 2. We have our input selector, and you'll want to keep that on mic or line. Our EQ section here, low, mid, high with a mid sweep. This Tascam unit has 2 effect sends. Effect 1 could maybe be going to a compressor unit, while effects 2 could be sent to, say, maybe a digital delay, returning by 1/4 inch here, and each of those levels being controlled here. Next up we have our pan and input level control. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Here we have the headphone output and the headphone output level control. When recording tracks, our record function switches must be in the direct position. If you've recorded your instrument and need to repair just a small spot, you can use the punch in, punch out function. A foot switch lets you control the record mode while your hands are busy playing. To eliminate high frequency noise, there is a DBX switch located on the back. On the back we have the power switch, we have the DBX on and off switch, and we have the 4-channel output, which can be ran into an audio interface and used with recording software on your computer to further enhance the sound. Your monitor output can be ran to a stereo or studio audio system, and your line output here could be used to mix signals such as a CD master burner. If you are working on a song and you have it perfectly queued up at the beginning, you can use the return to 0 feature. If you are working on a song and easily want to find 2 location points, such as beginning of the lead and the first chorus, you can just hit locate and memo in. This unit will play and record in the normal and high tape speed. In the normal mode, it will actually play a store-bought cassette. In the high mode, the speed runs twice as fast. So a 90-minute tape becomes a 45-minute tape. And since all tracks are on one side, now you've got a 22.5-minute tape. I've had this unit for over 25 years and it still works great. I still have all my old tapes, but I have transferred them all onto a recording software program for my computer. Now to record my band practices, I use this Tascam digital recorder.